alternate timeline detected. Prepare to witness the impossible.
Hello everyone, welcome to What If Naruto-verse reacts to What If Naruto had powers of Glitchtale and went back alternate movie. Before we start, please go support Liton493 for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistaken character's gender, but of course Naruto is a male. In Reset 30, Naruto was about to go fight X-Geister and try to destroy his curse, but before he could do that, he and a few others were transported to a room to react to Naruto's past lives. How will they react? Find out here. Prologue. It was night. I saw a man writing something in the office of a house. That man was Naruto Uzumaki, the 7th Hokage. Or so he would be, if it weren't for one detail. This isn't the Naruto people know. The real Naruto was someone who had lived so many lives that now all he seeks is death and peace. Naruto. Sad, I'm sorry Boruto, Himawari, but you're not ready for my harsh reality. Despite possessing centuries of knowledge, he remained a being with feelings. He tried not to fall in love, but that didn't stop him from loving his children. That's why he married Hinata Hyuga. He didn't love her in the slightest. He married her to have Boruto and Himawari, but that bitch Hyuga turned his little boy against him. Naruto remembered that and began to feel anger, but he calmed himself. He was about to continue when a light enveloped him, and he vanished. But he wasn't the only one. Practically everyone in Konoha had disappeared in a flash of light. Elsewhere. It looked like an empty movie theater. Everything was silent when several lights appeared, followed by many sleeping silhouettes. Time skip. It was a new day, and everyone in the same place was waking up. As they did, they were all startled to find they weren't in their homes. Naruto. Serious, where are we? Hinata. I don't know, Naruto-kun. Naruto had to restrain himself from showing his displeasure at what the Hyuga girl said. Just then, a light appeared, followed by a sphere. Sasuke. Confused, a sphere? Sphere. Hello to everyone present. That surprised many, while Naruto saw it as perfectly normal. Himawari. That sphere spoke. Sphere. That's right, little sunflower, I can speak. Sakura. If that's the case, what are we doing here? Sphere. I'll just say it has something to do with Naruto. Upon hearing that, everyone turned to look at Naruto, who had one eyebrow raised. Naruto. I don't understand what this has to do with me. Sphere. Of course you know, but you don't want to say it, Naruto Uzumaki, or should I call you Naruto Noire Dreemurr? That confused everyone, but Naruto was surprised. Naruto. How do you know that name? Naruto. Dude, why does he call you Noire Dreemurr? Sphere. Naruto, I know what your plan is. It's better if you tell them from the start, better that they hear it firsthand from you. Naruto looked at everyone and then sighed after a few minutes. Naruto. Okay, what I'm about to say is very personal, so pay attention. Everyone did it, but especially the Uzumaki Hyuga family. Time skip. Everyone in the room was silent because of what they had heard. Naruto had experienced a curse that forced him to reset. Shikamaru. Hey Naruto. Naruto. Seriously, what? That surprised everyone since they never thought Naruto would act like that. Naruto. Hey old man, I have a question. Naruto. Go ahead. Naruto. In this reset, did you love us? That left everyone silent, but they watched as Naruto knelt down to stand in front of Boruto and Himawari. Naruto. Boruto Himawari, I'll tell you the truth, I may have stopped loving your mother centuries ago because of everything she did to me, but that didn't stop me from loving you. One of the reasons you're here is because of my desire to see you at least one last time. That left everyone even more silent as Himawari cried and Boruto tried to hold back his tears. Himawari. Dad, what made you stop loving mom? Naruto remained silent, pondering whether to speak or not. But then he concluded that they needed to know. Naruto. The reason is because their mother hasn't told them the truth, a truth I know perfectly well. Hinata. Shut up. That surprised everyone, but especially Himawari and Boruto. Hinata. Don't believe anything you hear from him, he's lying. Naruto. Lying? What am I lying about? What about how you cheated on me with Menma and how you did the same thing in the old resets? Hinata. Its, a lie. But she saw Himawari and Boruto hiding behind their father, watching her with surprise and fear. Suddenly, chains ensnared Hinata, who was startled. Sphere. You'll be like this until they leave. Nobody said anything. Naruto. Well, changing the subject, why are we here? Sphere. Well, that's easy to explain. Since you already know Naruto's story, I thought, why not show you his past lives? Naruto. I don't think that's necessary. Sphere. It will be, but first. With that, Naruto began to glow. As the light dissipated, they saw Naruto with his new appearance. Everyone was surprised, but even more so when they felt the power it exuded. Sphere. I present to you the new and true appearance of Naruto Uzumaki, or now better known as Naruto Noire Dreemurr. Everyone looked at Naruto in surprise, although some blushed slightly when they saw how handsome he looked. Sphere. Well, without further ado, please take a seat. Everyone does it while Hinata is taken to a box to prevent her from doing something stupid. Choose who you want to see first. B. Murder Drones. Ruby Rose, RWBY Ice Queendom. Son Goku, Dragon Ball. First reset, openings. Everyone was sitting and talking amongst themselves, but we'll focus on something else. Ha Naruto, Boruto y Himawari. Naruto. And that's how it's done. What were they doing? Well, Naruto was teaching his children how to do a Rasengan. Naruto. Okay, I like the Chidori, but I also like the Rasengan, dude. Is it possible to combine both jutsus? Naruto. Actually, yes, I managed it and I know you can too, but if you need help, I'm here. Naruto nodded with a smile, although he felt a little strange and wondered why his father looked so handsome now. He didn't know, but he was going to find out. Sphere. Well, it's time to begin the first reset. Naruto. And where would that be? Sphere. It will be where you went, Son Goku, but first, I ask you to know how we will see the resets. Everyone paid attention. Sphere. Well, it will be like this. First we will see something called openings, so that you know what arcs Naruto had to live through in that reset. Note, not all of them will have openings. They all nodded. Sphere. Second, you will see Naruto's appearance and the form's transformations clothing he acquired. Keep in mind that the latter may sometimes take longer to see. That made everyone understand. Sphere. Third, you will see something called fanarts, which are images created with a lot of imagination and creativity. They all nodded. Sphere. And finally you will see some memes. Many wondered what memes were, except for those from the new generation and Naruto. Sphere. Well, without further ado, let's begin with the Dragon Ball openings, the Son Goku reset. Upon hearing that, everyone paid attention, especially Naruto, who wondered what those openings would be. Inside. Outside. Everyone was fascinated by the rhythm and the song, and also got to see a bit of what happened in Naruto. Himawari. Dad, is that you? Naruto. Yeah, that kid was me in that reset. Naruto. Why do you have a tail? Naruto. It's a characteristic of the Saiyan race. Many were confused when they heard him mention the Saiyans. Sarada. And what were those spheres, 7th? Naruto. They're called the Dragon Balls, which allow you to summon Shenron and ask for 3 wishes of any kind. That surprised everyone, and they wondered if they happened to exist in their world. Sphere. Next, and it's the Dragon Ball Z arc. Inside. Outside. Everyone was even more fascinated when they saw the Dragon Ball Z intro. Himawari. Chala head Chala. Many smiled when they heard Himawari sing, but they didn't notice that Naruto was somewhat serious when he saw some who had once been his friends and were now traitors. Naruto. Wait dude, why did you turn blonde and get a golden aura? Naruto. Well, the Saiyan race is also characterized by getting stronger the more they fight, and that transformation is called Super Saiyan Phase 1, and it increases our power considerably. That caught everyone's attention. Sphere. Next, Dragon Ball GT arc. Inside. Outside. Everyone had to admit that the song was very good. Himawari. Dad, who was the girl who was with you and the other boy? Naruto. A little nervous well, it's kind of funny, the girl is your niece and Boruto's, and the boy is a friend of her brother in that reset. Everyone remained silent, processing the information, and then. Everyone. Surprised what? Boruto. She's our niece. Himawari. We have a brother. Hinata. You tricked me. Naruto just sighed, then explained a bit of the story, emphasizing that he hadn't cheated on Hinata. Everyone was surprised by what they heard, and now Boruto and Himawari knew they had 2 siblings. Sphere. Next, Dragon Ball Super arc. Inside. Outside. Everyone was very startled when they saw the entire opening. Naruto. I had almost forgotten about the Tournament of Power. That caught everyone's attention, but before they could ask anything, the Sphere intervened. Sphere. Very well, we're done with the openings, now let's move on to Naruto's forms transformations outfits. That made everyone pay attention. First reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing. Everyone was waiting to see what would happen after the openings, although Himawari was singing Chala head Chala, since it was her favorite. Sphere. Very well, it's time to continue, and now it's time for the forms transformations clothing of Son Goku. Everyone paid attention while Naruto already knew what the Sphere was talking about. Sphere. Very good first image, Son Goku as a child. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw Goku as a child, and many women had to admit that he looked cute, especially with that serious look. Sphere. Next, adult Son Goku. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw the image of adult Goku and noticed he did have a certain resemblance to Naruto, although some women blushed a little when they saw his smile. Sphere. Okay, now let's go with Son Goku in SSJ1. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised at the sight, but even more so by the power it exuded. Naruto was right. The power had increased considerably. Sphere. Next, Son Goku in SSJ2. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by the increase in power and concluded that the higher the number, the more powerful the transformation. Sphere. Next, Son Goku in SSJ3. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by Naruto's appearance and could sense the power he exuded in that transformation. However, many felt intimidated by the menacing look Noir displayed as Son. Sphere. Next, Son Goku in SSJ4. Inside. Outside. Everyone was speechless at Naruto's appearance, while some women blushed and had a few nosebleeds. Sphere. Next, Son Goku in SSJ God. Inside. Outside. Everyone was shocked by the power that Naruto exuded. He had literally reached the level of a god. Sphere. Next, Son Goku in SSJ Blue. Inside. Outside. Everyone was even more surprised by the power Naruto now exuded in that phase. He was much more powerful than in the previous phase. Sphere. Next and last, Son Goku in Ultra Instinct. Inside. Outside. Everyone fell silent as they felt that the power it exuded was completely calm, one could even say imperturbable. Sphere. Fun fact, this phase is even very difficult for the gods of destruction to reach. This shocked everyone who saw Naruto, who was smiling a little nervously and using some of his Goku-like attitude. Sphere. Very good, now for the fan art. Upon hearing that, everyone paid attention because they wanted to know what those fanarts were like. First reset, fanarts. Everyone in the room was relaxing, pondering the power of Noir. Naruto was off to the side, checking on some things belonging to his loyal and devoted companion, Akumu, who had also transformed. Everything was normal when the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, it's time to continue with the fanarts. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention to see what the fan art looks like. Sphere. Very good, first fanart. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by what a fanart looked like, but they all had one thought in common. Naruto looked good in that form and in that fanart. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone fell silent, revealing Naruto carrying a baby. Hinata couldn't help but remember how Naruto used to carry Boruto and Himawari when they were babies. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone had to admit that Naruto looked great in that pose. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see Naruto in a GD outfit. They had to admit he looked good. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see Naruto dressed as Goku in a costume. It suited him well. Although several women blushed. Himawari. Smiles, no, bad Himawari, don't see daddy like that. Himawari tried to calm down and succeeded, but now she didn't know how to look at Naruto. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone thought he looked normal until they noticed the halo. They all turned to look at Naruto, waiting for an explanation. He had to explain how death worked in that reset. Upon hearing this, everyone was surprised and worried, knowing that if you died a second time, you disappeared forever after being dead. They all believed that this had happened to Naruto to reset again, and they weren't wrong. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was very surprised to see that, especially Naruto. Naruto. Thoughtful, fusing the Ultra Instinct and the Super Saiyan sounds interesting. Everyone thought he was crazy, but then they remembered what he had to go through, so they let it go. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone looked at that somewhat strangely. Naruto. Seriously, the Captain America outfit? Everyone thought it was strange that he was asking for information, but he told them that they would know when they showed the reset. That clearly upset many, but they understood. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was fascinated by the image, although many women blushed deeply at Naruto's physique in that appearance. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Now everyone was thinking the same thing, that image was epic, even Naruto took a picture with his scroll phone for later. Sphere. Well, that's all, now we'll move on to the memes. Everyone paid attention but didn't ask questions, since the screen would show them what the memes were. First reset, memes. Everyone was chatting while Naruto was playing video games with Boruto using the Scroll Noir tablet. He decided to show her that he not only knew how to fight, but also how to entertain. Boruto. Seriously, dude, how do you do it? Naruto. In past resets I had to play video games to keep myself entertained. Naruto. Well, that's exciting. Now I finally have something to experiment with you. Naruto smiled slightly and continued playing. Just then, the sphere appeared. Sphere. Alright, it's time for memes, and before you ask, memes are images with phrases to make you laugh. Many nodded. Sphere. Well, without further ado, first meme. Inside. Outside. Upon hearing that, many began to think, especially those of the new generation. Naruto, on the other hand, nodded in agreement with those words, although he was angry to see that wretch who had betrayed him. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many were laughing while Naruto grunted. Naruto. Annoyed damn assholes, I was trying to help them and they came out with that bullshit. The adults and Genin laughed while Himawari didn't understand because Naruto had covered her ears. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many men offered their condolences, while Naruto said nothing, since he had never experienced it and also because he saw a bastard who had betrayed him. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw Naruto, who had his face covered with his hand. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. What the hell is that name? It's so absurd. Everyone nodded, since Vital Wave sounded very absurd. They preferred the other name, Kamehameha. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. No one knew that man, but when they saw Naruto's face, they were shocked to see him looking at him with such hatred. No one knew it, but that man had betrayed Noir. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was laughing while Naruto had an eye twitch that, unfortunately for him, actually happened. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto was laughing like crazy, leaving everyone bewildered. Naruto. Ha 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 ha, that's what you get for being a slut. Ha 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 ha. That continued to leave them puzzled. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. The genin of the new generation felt empathy because it had happened to them. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Everyone was stunned because that could actually happen. Sphere. Well, that's all, go to your rooms. Just then, some doors appeared. Seeing this, everyone shrugged and began to retreat to their rooms. Second reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing. Everyone could be seen arriving at the room, each carrying something to eat. As they sat down, they saw the sphere appear. Sphere. Well, good morning everyone, today we'll see the second reset and this one would be V from the Murder Drones reset. That caught everyone's attention, while Naruto was somewhat nervous about how they would react to the fact that he was a woman in some resets. Sphere. Very well, let's start with V in its worker drone version. Inside. Outside. Everyone was silent because of what they saw. Naruto, in a reset, was a girl in a robot, more specifically a drone. Naruto. Sees Naruto dude, is that true? Naruto nodded without looking at him. Sakura. That is weird. Everyone agreed with him. Sphere. Next, V version zombie drone. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see Naruto like that, but seeing that X sent a chill down many spines. Naruto. And thanks to that form I possess this. That activates your absolute solver. Everyone looked at the symbol with curiosity, especially after learning that he obtained it while in his zombie drone form. Sphere. Next, V version murder drone. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw Naruto's sudden change into murder drone and had to admit that he looked good, although they thought it was very revealing that he was only wearing the top part. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing the image, many felt a chill as Naruto watched with a small smile. He really liked that form sometimes. Sphere. Next, V with dress. Inside. Outside. Everyone stared blankly at the image. Then they saw Naruto, who looked away. Naruto. Don't ask. They all decided to listen to him even though they didn't want to. Sphere. Next and last, V in camper outfit. Inside. Outside. Everyone had to admit that the look suited Naruto. Noir could only smile slightly, remembering how N had begged him to dress like that. Sphere. Very good, now for the fan art. Everyone paid attention to see what the V fan art would look like. Second reset, fan arts. Everyone seemed to be enjoying their meal while waiting for the sphere, though Naruto felt a bit uncomfortable as everyone's eyes were on him. Just then, the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, it's time for the fan arts. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Sphere. First fan art. Inside. Outside. Everyone had to admit that it looked great, albeit somewhat terrifying. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto smiled slightly, remembering the pose he'd struck at the end of the scene where he dressed like that. The others simply agreed he had style. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto remembered that because he had done the same thing just before when he sacrificed himself for En, Uzi, and Tessa so that they could stop Sin. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone looked at Naruto, who nodded, implying that doing that sometimes calmed him down. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. All the adults remembered just how Naruto had done that when it was a stealth mission and it was ruined by Menma. Now they were grateful that that idiot was dead. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many gave a thumbs up for the good pose and style of the fan art. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone smiled a little amused by V-Worker Drone's face but admitted that they liked the fan art. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Now everyone knew Naruto's full name in that reset, serial designation V, although it seems they will prefer to call him V. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many were left speechless because V looked beautiful in that picture. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Everyone liked the pose and design of the fan art. Sphere. Okay, now come the memes. With that, everyone paid attention to find out what those memes would be like. Second reset, memes. Everyone seemed to be resting or doing something to pass the time. Then the sphere appeared. Sphere. Alright, it's time for the memes. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention to find out what the memes would be like. Sphere. First meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto let out a small laugh because that had actually happened. Naruto. Dude, did that happen? Naruto nodded with a small, amused smile. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. That made everyone understand that N was the dumbest of the group, although they wanted to know who he and J were. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. For some reason, that gave Naruto chills when he thought about going back into his V form. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto smiled proudly. Drones were superior to those things. Everyone looked at Naruto with a bead of sweat on their brows, but they didn't say anything. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was like, WTF, who would be stupid enough to do that? Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Author's note. I confirm. Naruto felt somewhat flattered and he also wanted to keep his friends' plushies to remember them by. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto laughed, understanding instantly. The others looked at him with doubt but assumed only he knew what the meme was about. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto started thinking about that and had to admit that it was true. In other worlds the Uzi was a weapon, but in the Murder Drones reset, the Uzi was a drone. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Now Naruto was rolling on the floor laughing, while the rest were confused because they didn't understand, well, only a little. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Naruto smiled fondly at the sight. N was always kind to others. The others had to admit that the murder drone was cute. Sphere. Well, that's it for today, you can leave. With that, everyone retires to their rooms. Which reset do you want to see next? Ruby Rose, RWBY Ice Queendom. Jaden Shiba, Power Rangers Samurai Super Samurai. Max Steel Original. Third reset, openings. Everyone was heading to the room with food in tow. They were about to witness the third reset. Naruto wondered which reset they would see when the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, it's time for the next reset. Inogen. And what would that new reset be? Sphere. It will be the reset where Naruto became a girl named Ruby Rose. Upon hearing that, everyone looked at Naruto, who was just waiting for it to end. Sphere. Very well, first will be the openings up to where Naruto died and reset. Everyone nodded as Naruto recalled the exact moment he saw his friend Penny die. Sphere. Very good, first opening. Inside. Outside. Everyone was speechless at the song that had just finished playing. The genin were celebrating while the adults were impressed. Naruto, however, remained serious as he looked at the three bastards who had betrayed him and caused his sister's death in that reset. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone had to admit the song was good, though it confused them, and they wanted to know what Ice Queendom meant. Naruto just watched it all seriously, remembering how they saved Shni from the grim nightmare. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was impressed by what they saw. Upon seeing Cinder, Naruto remembered the power of the maidens. He was grateful that he had taken their power with him so it wouldn't cause any more trouble in the wrong hands, though now he wondered if he truly possessed their power. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was fascinated and surprised by what they saw. Opening 4 was amazing. Naruto could only watch the opening while remembering several people, including his Uncle Crow. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was captivated by the opening, but they noticed something. Team RWBY had disbanded. Naruto just stared, somber, remembering all those moments when that scoundrel John had lied to him and then betrayed him. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many liked the opening, but everyone agreed that the ending was fantastic, especially the RWBY team reunion. Meanwhile, Naruto saw Oscar remembering how he got involved in everything because of Ozpin, and he certainly agreed with Raven on that point. Ozpin always dragged everyone into his problems, even causing the death of Summer Rose, his mother, in that reset. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone liked the opening, but they were confused about the other characters, even though they felt they were very important. Naruto watched the scenes, remembering the story of Ozpin and Salem. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was impressed by the opening and agreed that they liked it. Naruto remained silent upon seeing his old friend, may she rest in peace, Penny Polendina. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Everyone liked the opening, but they felt there was something more. Naruto saw that and remembered that it was during the invasion of Atlas that he and Penny died. Sphere. Very well, we're done with the openings, and now we'll move on to Naruto's appearance in that reset. Everyone paid attention while Naruto watched expectantly. Third reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing. Everyone was talking amongst themselves about Ruby Rose. Himawari's face was very close to Naruto's as he was revealing his silver eyes, having discovered he could change them. Just then, the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very good, now let's go with appearance and shapes transformations clothing. Everyone paid attention. Sphere. First image, Ruby Rose as a child. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing Ruby as a child, many women squealed with tenderness, while Naruto was very embarrassed. Naruto. Mockingly, wow, old man, you look cute. Naruto. Embarrassed, shut up. Although they didn't know the language, they understood, making everyone laugh. Sphere. Next, 15-year-old Ruby in her hunter outfit. Inside. Outside. Everyone had to admit that Ruby had become beautiful. Naruto only got to see her old outfit before she entered Beacon. Sphere. Next and it's Ruby in uniform. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw Ruby and agreed that she looked good in her uniform, though some blushed since Ruby in a schoolgirl outfit looked rather hexy. For some reason, Naruto felt a shiver run down his spine and hoped he wouldn't turn into Ruby Rose in that uniform. Sphere. Next, Ruby in her snowsuit. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw Ruby and had to admit she looked good. Naruto saw that image, remembering the Ice Queendom arc, especially since he got Crescent Rose 2.0 and a snowboard there. Sphere. Next, Ruby in her second hunter outfit. Inside. Outside. Everyone agreed that he looked good, while Naruto remembered everything he had experienced in that outfit. Sphere. Next and last, Ruby in her third and final hunter outfit. Inside. Outside. Everyone agreed that the outfit made her look tough. Naruto only remembered that last outfit with some bad memories. Sphere. That's it, now let's move on to the fanarts. Upon hearing that, everyone paid attention. Third reset, fanarts. Everyone was eating, but they watched with amusement as Himawari played with Ruby Rose's cloak. Naruto discovered that he still possessed it and was inside Akumu. Just then, the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, it's time for the fanarts. Upon hearing that, everyone paid attention because they wanted to know what the Ruby Rose fan art looked like. Sphere. Okay, first fanart. Inside. Outside. Everyone admitted that she looked great, especially with the petals surrounding Ruby. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Out of habit, some reached out to grab something that wasn't there. Ruby truly gave them an aura of confidence. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing the image, everyone's jaws dropped again at the sight of Ruby in a dress. Naruto simply looked away, remembering that scene from when he saved Weiss, which angered him because she had betrayed him. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone thought that was brilliant. Naruto in his Ruby form really knew how to strike a pose. Naruto smiled slightly, remembering how he'd done that with his sister Yang. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto smiled slightly. He had struck that pose. The others just stared at where he'd gotten the pose that Noir sometimes used. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone admitted that he looked great, while Naruto was now expectant. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Wow, what a pose, dude. Naruto. You see, Bolt, I've got some pretty good poses. Naruto couldn't say anything about it because it was true. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto remembered that and couldn't help but recall that Yang had taken many photos of him, which brought a small smile to his face. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing the picture, everyone blushed at how cute and beautiful Ruby looked. Naruto could only feel embarrassed, remembering how he had dressed like that back in Beacon. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Everyone approved of the pose Naruto Ruby had in that fan art. Naruto smiled slightly, remembering how he had done that during his reset. Sphere. Very good, now for the memes. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Third reset, memes. They were all chatting amongst themselves, while Naruto showed Himawari and Boruto pictures of himself and Yang when he was Ruby Rose using his scroll phone. Then the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, now it's time for the memes. Everyone is paying attention. Sphere. Okay, first meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto and his friends. I confirm. Naruto laughed a little, but he agreed. Sometimes that happened with him and Yang when they played. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. With a drop of sweat, I don't know whether to laugh or feel sorry because that really happened. Everyone got a bead of sweat when they saw that, but they understood Naruto. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw Naruto, who looked away, implying that it really happened to him. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Annoyed Glinda Ozpin Uncle Crow. Hearing him sound upset sent a shiver down many spines. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. All those with long hair saw their acquaintances who looked away whistling, implying that they had thought about it. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. With his silver eyes, I confirm. They all had a drop of sweat on their faces, but they were still surprised to learn that Naruto was the only silver-eyed warrior. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. No one understood, but something reminded them of Naruto when Boruto tried to steal his ramen. Although Naruto became serious when he saw the fawn. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Adults and Naruto. I confirm. Those of the new generation were stunned to hear them say that. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto started laughing because that really happened. The others just looked at him strangely, but let it go since they didn't really understand the reset. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Even though the meme annoys me, that really happened. Nobody said anything, but they did manage to understand something. Sphere. Very good, they can be removed. With that, everyone goes to their rooms. Which reset do you want to see next? Jaden Shiba, Power Ranger Samurai Super Samurai. Max Steel Original. Benjamin Kirby Tennyson, Ben 10 Prime. Fourth reset, openings. Everyone started arriving at the room with food to watch a new reset. As they arrived, they sat down when the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, now we're going to start with the next reset, the Ben 10 reset where Naruto embodied a boy named Benjamin Kirby Tennyson. They all nodded, although they found the full name amusing. Sphere. Okay, first the openings. Everyone nods. Sphere. First opening. Inside. Outside. When they saw the opening, everyone was very surprised because it sounded great. Himawari. Dancing something very special came to her from space. All the adults and Naruto laughed at what Himawari had done. It was clear she had loved the opening. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Although it was short, everyone liked it, but they were impressed to see that Naruto had other transformations. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone had to admit that it was good, but everyone was drawn to the latest from Alien Supreme. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. The opening wasn't long, but it wasn't that great either, but it did capture the essence of the aliens. Sphere. I apologize that it was so short, but there weren't that many. However, I will explain a little about this reset. With that, he explained the Ben 10 reset, surprising everyone, but Naruto noticed that he didn't mention his friend Olivia, which he appreciated. Sphere. Okay, now for appearances. Everyone paid attention. Fourth reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing, base. Everyone could be seen resting, waiting for the sphere which then appeared. Sphere. Very well, now let's go over appearances, but we'll also go over transformations, which are too many, so we'll see them later. They all nodded to look at the screen. Sphere. Okay, first Benjamin Kirby Tennyson, 10 years old. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing it, they all remarked that it was very disheveled. However, upon seeing the doll, they all recognized the object. It was the Omnitrix that the sphere had told them about. Sphere. Next, Benjamin Kirby Tennyson, 15 years old. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by the change, but admitted that it looked good. Sphere. Next, Benjamin Kirby Tennyson, 16 years old. Inside. Outside. They saw that there wasn't much change, except that now Naruto possessed the Ultimatrix. Sphere. I know there isn't much change, but this has been Naruto's second appearance. They all nodded. Sphere. Next and last, the second outfit of 16-year-old Benjamin Kirby Tennyson. Inside. Inside. Everyone saw that it was now a combination of formal and informal, and they also saw the Omnimatrix, the final version of the Omnitrix. Sphere. Well, that's all about Ben Naruto's appearances, however, keep in mind that more transformations are coming. Upon hearing that, everyone paid attention, but especially the children who looked excited. Fourth reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing, 10 years. Everyone was eating while some children asked Naruto about his adventures. Of course, the Noir shared a few, but kept others to himself. Just then, the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, now let's go with the transformations of 10-year-old Ben Naruto. Upon hearing that, everyone paid attention. Sphere. Okay, let's start with the first transformation, which is called Beast. Inside. Outside. When everyone saw Beast, they were surprised, especially when they saw he had no eyes. Before saying anything, Noir explained a little about the transformation, making everyone understand. Sphere. Next, 4 arms. Inside. Outside. When they saw 4 arms, everyone was surprised. It was obvious from a mile away that he was an alien dedicated to brute force. Sphere. Next, gray matter. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing gray matter, many mocked its eyes, but the sphere explained that the Galvans were one of the most intelligent races in the universe, which left everyone speechless. Sphere. Next, XLR8. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing XLR8, many thought that this transformation was dedicated to speed, which they were not wrong about. Sphere. Next, Ultra T. Inside. Outside. No one understood, but Naruto explained that it was Ultra T, making everyone surprised to learn that this alien could hack anything. Sphere. Next, Diamond. Inside. Outside. When everyone saw Diamante, they were surprised, but Hinata was already thinking about how to get one of those aliens to have unlimited money. Sphere. Next, Aquatic. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing Aquatic, many felt a chill, as he looked, in part, terrifying. Sphere. Next, Insectoid. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing Insectoid, a certain Aburum became interested, while some women had faces of disgust when looking at the alien. Sphere. Next, Ghostly. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing Ghostriak, everyone felt a chill, but Naruto remained serious as he stared at the alien. Sphere. Next, Fire. Inside. Outside. Everyone was shocked to see that Naruto had literally burst into flames. Author's mind. Sphere. Next, Canonbolt. Inside. Outside. Many, especially children, saw Canonbolt as a gummy bear, but something told them that he was not what he seemed. Sphere. Next, Wildvine. Inside. Outside. Many were surprised to see a mutant plant, but the adults, except for Naruto, were reminded of Zetsu. Sakura. Could it be a long-lost relative of Zetsu? Naruto. Believe me, I sometimes wonder about that. All the adults nodded, while those of the new generation did not understand. Sphere. Next, Blitzwolfer. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see a werewolf, although some women imagined a soap opera romance between a human and a werewolf. Sphere. Next, Snarrow. Inside. Outside. Everyone broke out in a small sweat because there was now a mummy. Sphere. Next, Frankenstrick. Inside. Outside. Nobody said anything because they didn't understand what was up with Naruto's transformations. Sphere. Next, Upchuck of the Perk species. Inside. Outside. Himawari. Looks like a plush toy. The children nodded while Naruto smiled slightly. Sphere. Next, Ditto. Inside. Outside. Himawari. Now I don't know which one is cuter, Canonbolt, Upchuck or Ditto. Naruto chuckled a little at what his daughter said. Sphere. Next, Multi-Eyes. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing multi-eyes, many felt chills at the sight of an alien with many eyes. Hinata, however, only felt disgust at the sight of multi-eyes. Sphere. Next, very large. Inside. Outside. When everyone saw way big, they were all speechless at the size of the alien. Sphere. Since I see you're still in shock, let's go with the last alien, feedback. Inside. Outside. Everyone admitted that the alien looked good. Sphere. Okay, that concludes the 10-year-old Benjamin Kirby Tennyson part, now let's move on to the 15-year-old. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Fourth reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing, 15 years. Naruto was seen smiling as he looked at Himawari, who was holding plushies of Ditto, Kanonbolt, and Upchuck that he had made. The others watched in silence as the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, now we go to the transmissions of 15-year-old Benjamin Kirby Tennyson. Everyone nods. Sphere. First alien, Goop. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing Goop, some of the women felt a bit disgusted because it looked like snot, but Naruto explained that it was a corrosive, meaning it was a type of acid. That clearly surprised everyone. Sphere. Next, Swamp Fire. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see the Methanocean, but they thought it was as if Fire and Wilvine had a child. Sphere. Next, Stone. Inside. Outside. Some gave it a 50/50 rating, others said it was okay, and others weren't that interested in its appearance. Sphere. Next, Cold. Inside. Outside. In the room, everyone felt the temperature drop, making them shiver a little. Sphere. Next, Humingausor. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing Humingausor, everyone's mouths agape, while Naruto recalled how he almost got a tattoo that said, Humungasaur till death, but in the end, he backed out. Sphere. Next, Jet Ray. Inside. Outside. Many thought it looked like a manta ray, but that it must have powers. Sphere. Next, Cerebrin. Inside. Outside. Many saw it as a crustacean, only with a larger head. Sphere. Next, Spider Monkey. Inside. Outside. Everyone was just looking at the screen. It was literally a simple monkey, but its name gave it the abilities of the spider. How original. Sphere. Next, Echo. Inside. Outside. Many saw that alien as a kind of doll without knowing that that alien could make them all deaf. Sphere. Next, Alien X. Inside. Outside. Everyone began to feel a great pressure in Alien X's presence. Naruto was calm but trying to keep his children at ease. After a minute, the pressure subsided, leaving everyone still dazed. Sphere. Next, Upchuck of the Merc species. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see that Upchuck had a different kind of species. Sphere. Next, Nanomech. Inside. Outside. They all remained silent upon seeing the tiny alien, but something told them that it was small but dangerous. Sphere. Next, Lodestar. Inside. Outside. Many felt uncomfortable seeing that this alien had no neck and only a metal head, although upon seeing that they deduced that its power was magnetism. Sphere. Next and last, Wrath. Inside. Outside. Everyone fell silent upon seeing the bipedal but muscular cat that was Wrath. Although Himawari saw him as a kitten. Sphere. Very well, this is all from 15-year-old Ben, now we see the transformations of 16-year-old Benjamin Kirby Tennyson, but with the Ultimatrix. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Fourth reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing, 16 years. Everyone was resting while Naruto meditated to stay calm. Suddenly, the sphere appeared, drawing everyone's attention. Sphere. Okay, now let's talk about the new aliens that Ben used with the Ultimatrix. First, we'll talk about the normal ones, and then more ultimate forms. They all nodded, but it had caught the attention of the supreme leaders. Sphere. Okay, first alien, aquatic threat. Inside. Outside. Everyone liked the outfit he wore, and they also saw that, based on the patterns, he was a crustacean. Sphere. Next, Tortutornado. Inside. Outside. Everyone else saw just a giant turtle, but Noir knew that turtle was more than it seemed. Sphere. Next, NRG. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see a robot, but when they saw the eye area, they understood that it was a containment suit to prevent anything from escaping. Sphere. Next, Armadillo. Inside. Outside. Now they saw another type of robot that could generate earthquakes because of its arms. They weren't so wrong. Sphere. Next, Amphibian. Inside. Outside. Everyone couldn't help but think of jellyfish when they saw Amphibio. Sphere. Next, Fast Track. Inside. Outside. Everyone looked at Fast Track with surprise, but based on his appearance they assumed he was a speed alien. Sphere. Next, Clockwork. Inside. Outside. When everyone saw Clockwork, they all thought it was another type of robot, but Naruto knew perfectly well that it was Clockwork. Sphere. Next, Eagle. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing Eagle, no one said anything since they did not know what it was, although a certain Aburam saw it as a rhinoceros beetle. Sphere. Next, Jury Rig. Inside. Outside. All they could see was a little goblin. Sphere. Next, Chameleon. Inside. Outside. Everyone only saw Naruto because of his lack of originality, while Naruto didn't see them because he had his reasons for not giving them better names. Sphere. Next and last of the normal ones, Shock Squitch. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw him as a monkey, but from his name they thought they understood that he had electrical powers. Sphere. Very well, now let's go with the supreme ones. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Sphere. First Supreme Swampfire. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see Swampfire's ultimate form. He looked strong. Sphere. Next, Supreme Spider Monkey. Inside. Outside. Now the little monkey had evolved into an ape with spider legs, or so many thought. Sphere. Next, Supreme Cold. Inside. Outside. They all felt that the temperature had dropped so much that they felt their bodies were burning. Sphere. Next, Ultimate Human Gaussor. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see Ultimate Human Gaussor. He was clearly the coolest. Sphere. Next, Supreme Canonbolt. Inside. Outside. Everyone could see how Canonbolt was now made of metal, and his defense was stronger and now also lethal. Sphere. Next, Echo Supreme. Inside. Outside. Everyone was shocked to see that the one small creature was now a robot. Sphere. Next, Supreme Beast. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by Beast's sudden change, but they had to admit he looked great. Sphere. Next and last, Very Great Supreme. Inside. Outside. Everyone was speechless, because if Very Big was huge before, now it was much more huge. Sphere. Very well, that's all, now let's go over the last aliens that Ben Naruto used. Everyone turned their attention to see the last aliens. Fourth reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing, 16 years 0.2. Everyone was eating and resting after seeing the supreme case. Naruto was remembering everything he experienced during the reset and hoped to see Olivia again. Just then, the sphere appeared, drawing everyone's attention. Sphere. Very well, now let's go with the last aliens, and this time it will be Ben Naruto at 16 years old, but with the Omnitrix. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Sphere. First alien, Buzzshock. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing the alien, everyone felt a chill. They didn't know why, but that tiny alien would frighten them and give them headaches. Naruto, however, only saw that alien, which was one of his best electric aliens. Sphere. Next, Blocks. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Now that I look at it closely, it looks like a Lego. Nobody knew he was a Lego, but just in case, they agreed with him. Sphere. Next, Gravitack. Inside. Outside. Naruto. It looks like a living planet. Naruto. That's because it is. Why do you think I called it Gravitack? Its power is gravity. That surprised everyone. Sphere. Next, Crashipper. Inside. Outside. Himawari. It looks like a grasshopper. Naruto. I thought so too. Although the topic of the grasshopper caught the attention of a certain Aburam. Sphere. Next, Iskarabola. Inside. Outside. Nobody said anything because it was literally a beetle. Sphere. Next, Walkitrout. Inside. Outside. Sarada. It's a fish. Naruto. I know, sometimes you never know what life is like in another world. They all nodded in agreement as it was true. Sphere. Next, Molestake. Inside. Outside. Ino. Now a bipedal mole with a mustache. Sphere. Next, Molestalvo. Inside. Outside. Sakura. And now fairy. Naruto. Yeah, but that fairy can make you see even your own nightmares. That sent a shiver down many people's spines. Sphere. Next, the worst. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Just take it away. Sphere. Okay, next is Hawk. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see a literal alien hawk. Sphere. Next, Topik. Inside. Outside. For some reason, everyone felt a chill when they saw Topik, especially his head. Something told them they didn't want to see what he was hiding. Sphere. Next, Astrodactyl. Inside. Outside. Kiba. Now he's a big bird. Everyone agreed with him since that's what Astrodactyl looked like. Sphere. Next, Bullfrog. Inside. Outside. I won't say anything more, I don't understand all these aliens and their desire to look like animals anymore. Everyone agreed with the Yamanaka. Sphere. Next, Atomix. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Sai, the second strongest alien I've ever had. That surprised everyone. Sarada. And what's the first seventh? Naruto. Alien X. That surprised everyone. Sphere. Next, Barigabit. Inside. Outside. Everyone couldn't help but think that it looked somewhat like Atomix, but because of its belly, they deduced that this alien used gases. Sphere. Next and last, Vampire. Inside. Outside. Upon seeing Vampire, no one could help but think that he resembled the vampires in novels. Sphere. Okay, now let's move on to the fan art. Upon hearing that, everyone put on. Fourth reset, fanarts. Everyone was resting after the massive number of aliens Naruto had managed to acquire as Benjamin Kirby Tennyson. Then the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very good, now let's move on to the fanarts. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Sphere. Okay, first fanart. Inside. Outside. Everyone was fascinated by the fan art and agreed that it conveyed the concept of a watch that allows you to transform into aliens. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto smiled nostalgically upon seeing his cousin and friend from that reset. Noticing they were watching him, he surprised everyone by revealing the details of the family and friendship he had forged during that reset. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone had to admit that Naruto looked epic in that pose. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Another one that showed Naruto in an epic pose. Noir, seeing that, couldn't help but notice how Olivia and he performed the omni-symbiosis with DNA from various aliens. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Now everyone saw Naruto's evolution in that reset and they had to admit that it looked good. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. That surprised and thrilled everyone with the transformation. Naruto just smiled since that really happened with the omni-symbiosis. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see how the aliens from Naruto were depicted, although they had to admit that it looked epic. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see Team Tennyson in that pose. They looked amazing. Naruto just smiled nostalgically at the sight of his cousin and friend. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to see the image of Naruto with some of his transformations, but they agreed that they looked good. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Everyone remained silent, staring at what looked more like a poster than fan art, but everyone liked it because it showed everything Naruto experienced in that reset. Sphere. Okay, now for the memes. Everyone settled in to watch the memes. Fourth reset, memes. Everyone was eating while they waited for the sphere. And as if summoned, it appeared. Sphere. Very well, it's time to continue with the memes. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Sphere. Okay, first meme. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw Naruto, who was looking at the screen and then looked at the rest. Naruto. It never happened. Nobody said anything and they turned to look at the screen. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. I confirm. Nobody said anything, but from what they noticed, Humingausor was their favorite. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. That made everyone swallow hard since they now knew that Alien X was the most powerful and that scared them a little. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. The men started laughing. Women Himawari. Rolling her eyes men. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Those of the new generation nodded as that sometimes happened to them. Sphere. Next. Inside. Inside. Naruto. It sounds like a joke, but it's a true story. That amused everyone in the room. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Surprised OMG, I hadn't noticed that. And the truth is, the rest were equally surprised to see the child's name and age. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Everyone, especially the genin, burst out laughing when they heard Naruto say that. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. That left everyone silent and then the adults and Naruto said the following. Adults and Naruto. The genin looked at them with a drop of sweat but said nothing. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. Naruto. I confirm. Nobody said anything, but they believed it was true. Sphere. Well, everyone go and rest, that's all for today. With that, everyone goes back to their rooms or does other things. Which reset do you want to see next? Jaden Shiba, Power Rangers Samurai Super Samurai. Max Steel, Original Max Steel. Aang, Avatar. The Last Airbender. Fifth reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing. Everyone could be seen returning to the room after resting. As they sat down, the sphere appeared. Sphere. Okay, it's time to continue, and this time with Aang's avatar. Everyone nodded while Naruto was somewhat thoughtful about what they would show in the future. Sphere. Okay, first outfit, Aang in his first suit. Inside. Outside. Everyone noticed that the outfit Naruto Aang wore was simple but suited him well, although they were somewhat amused to see that Aang was bald. Sphere. Next outfit, Aang in the Air Kingdom's attire. Inside. Outside. Naruto. That's a lot of green. Naruto. I know, but it was the best I had back then. Many nod in understanding. Sphere. Next outfit, Aang in Fire Nation attire. Inside. Outside. Himawari. It's weird seeing dad like that and with hair. Naruto. Believe me, Hima, a friend I made there told me the same thing, although I know she said it to mess with me. Sphere. Next, Aang in the Air Nomad outfit. Inside. Outside. Ino. I must admit, that suit looks good on her. Many nodded in agreement, while Naruto, according to him, didn't even pay attention to the bleached blonde. Sphere. Next, Aang in his Avatar outfit. Inside. Outside. Nobody said anything, but they felt that Naruto Aang exuded a lot of wisdom in that outfit. Sphere. Next and last, Aang in his Avatar state. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by what they had just seen, and even more so by the power techniques that Noir used while being Aang. Sphere. Okay, next section, fanarts. Fifth reset, fanarts. Everyone was relaxing after seeing all the outfits Naruto Aang had worn, and they had to admit they were quite amazing and eye-catching. Just then, the sphere reappeared. Sphere. Okay, now let's get to the fanarts. Everyone settles in to watch the screen. Sphere. First fanart. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by the first image. Naruto. We started strong. No one could answer him, but some young people blushed slightly at the sight of Aang's abdomen. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many people liked the image, especially seeing the fire and water surrounding Aang. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many felt calm upon seeing the image. Himawari. What's that on your shoulder, Dad? Naruto. It's Momo, it's a flying lemur. Himawari nods. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many felt a chill when they saw Aang's gaze, especially with the scene shown. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many liked the image, but others couldn't help but notice Naruto Aang's rear end. For some reason, Naruto felt he had to protect his backside. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was amazed by the image, while those with phones took pictures for later. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. I look so cool. He wouldn't say it out loud so he wouldn't be labeled arrogant. Although he later realized it wasn't necessary, since many were surprised by the image and admitted that Naruto Aang looked good. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto smiled nostalgically as he saw his friends when he was Aang. Naruto. Who are they, old man? Naruto. My friends, the other members of the team, Katara, Zaka, Zuko, Toph, and a teacher we met. Naruto nods. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Many admitted that Naruto Aang and Momo looked cute in that picture. Sphere. Next and last. Inside. Outside. The pose surprised and amazed everyone. Team Avatar certainly looked powerful. Sphere. Okay, now let's get to the memes. Fifth reset, memes. Everyone was doing whatever they were doing while Naruto meditated for a while. Then the sphere appeared. Sphere. Okay, it's time for the memes. Everyone nods to pay attention. Sphere. Okay, first meme. Inside. Outside. Many were laughing, but they were also wondering why Toph looked so dark. Meanwhile, Naruto had an eye twitch because of how the rest of Team Avatar were looking at him. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. The funny thing is that it actually happened. The others were just laughing a little at the scene between Zuko and Naruto Aang. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone looked at Naruto, who smiled a little amused. Naruto. Yes, it happened, but then we let him go. Everyone nods and turns their gaze back to the screen. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto burst out laughing, remembering it perfectly. The others just stared at him, sweat dripping, but the children wore amused smiles. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Nobody understood what the meme meant. Me from my Minecraft house and wearing leather armor. Literally Latin America. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto just grimaced slightly at that, grateful it hadn't happened. Sarada. So those Fire Nation people hated him, 7th. Naruto. Unfortunately, yes. Although no one noticed that Naruto didn't seem to care much about that, after all, he was already used to it. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto had an amused smile as he showed his teeth. Naruto. I still remember when we blew up that mansion, Toph, you were quite the crazy one forcing Zuko to use firebending on the gunpowder. Nobody noticed that the children were smiling with amusement since they had done that once before. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto. With an evil smile in terms of oxygen, you don't have any oxygen. Many felt a chill and now that they thought about it, they felt some pity for the poor devil who saw Naruto angry. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Naruto blushed deeply when he understood the meme. Mitsuki. Why does the meme say that? Naruto. Toph is blind and can only see, somehow, by having her bare feet on the ground. Everyone understood and blushed, while Hinata was already thinking about who to kill. Sphere. Next and last meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto almost choked when he saw the meme, while others either didn't understand or blushed. Naruto. Blushing that never happened. Nobody said anything since they noticed that he was telling the truth, although Hinata didn't believe it and thought that Noir had been unfaithful to her. Sphere. That's all for today, you can leave. But that said, everyone leaves the room. Which reset do you want to see next? Jaden Shiba, Power Rangers Samurai Super Samurai. Max Steel Original. Marinette Dupain Cheng, Miraculous Ladybug. 6th reset, opening. Everyone could be seen arriving at the room for a new episode. Naruto was with Himawari, teaching her language. Naruto. Now say Shisashish hello. Himawari. Stutters a little Shisashish hello. Naruto. Well done Hima. Himawari smiles slightly as everyone takes their seats. Just then, the sphere reappears. Sphere. Okay, today we're going to see a new reset, this one will be of Naruto being Jaden Shiba. The name caught everyone's attention except Naruto's. Sphere. Very good, first opening. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by the intro of the reboot which, now that they know, is called Power Rangers Samurai. Naruto. Amused we barely started and the punches were already flying. Naruto. Amused I thought the same thing. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone noticed the new intro. It didn't seem to have changed much, except for the inclusion of Antonio. Meanwhile, Naruto smiled a little nostalgically upon seeing his friend Antonio. Sphere. Next. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by the intro and also by the slight increase in the Rangers' power. Naruto. What was that little thing that increased your power, old man? Naruto. It's called the Black Box and it has more abilities than just increasing power. That increased everyone's curiosity. Sphere. Good, next and last. Inside. Outside. Everyone watched attentively as new characters and new machines had appeared. Sphere. Okay, now let's look at Naruto's appearances as Jaden Shiba. 6th reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing. Everyone was seen eating a little while they waited for the reset to continue. Naruto was going through his things inside Akumu, finding several items with memories, but he didn't say anything to avoid drawing attention. Just then, the sphere appeared. Sphere. Very well, let's see the appearance of Naruto Jaden. Everyone get settled. Sphere. Okay, first image, Jaden Shiba in his training suit. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by Naruto Jaden's appearance and took a close look at his training outfit. Although they also admitted he looked handsome. Sphere. Next image, Jaden Shiba in civilian clothes. Inside. Outside. Everyone was a little taken aback by Naruto Jaden's civilian clothes, but they admitted they were good. Sphere. Next image, Jaden Shiba as Red Ranger. Inside. Outside. Everyone looked at the suit with curiosity, also seeing the kanji and understanding that this was its element. Hima. You look good, Dad. Naruto. Thanks for the compliment, Hima. Sphere. Next image, Jaden Shiba as the Red Ranger in Shark mode. Inside. Outside. Everyone watched with curiosity, noticing the increase in Naruto Jaiden's power. Sphere. Next image, Jaden Shiba as Red Ranger in super mode. Inside. Outside. Naruto. You look powerful in that old suit. Naruto. Well, Bolt, that's because of using the black box. That caught everyone's attention. Sphere. Next image, Jaden Shiba as Red Ranger in Mega Mode. Inside. Outside. The appearance confused everyone a little, while Naruto knew what that mode was about but wouldn't say so, not for the moment. Sphere. Next image, Jaden Shiba as Red Ranger in Mega Shark Mode. Inside. Outside. Sarada. Can the Hokage-sama modes be combined? Naruto. Nodding slightly, that's right, little one. Sphere. Next image, Jaden Shiba as Red Ranger in Super Mega Mode. Inside. Outside. Everyone watched with attention and amazement. The armor, if it could be called that, revealed Naruto Jaiden's superiority in that reset. Sphere. Next and last image, Jaden Shiba as Red Ranger in Shogun Mode. Inside. Outside. Everyone felt a chill. The Shogun armor was imposing. Sphere. Okay, now let's move on to the fan art. 6th reset, fan arts. Everyone was talking about Naruto's appearances as Jaden Shiba, well he had to explain some of his Red Ranger abilities and the Black Box's capabilities. Then the sphere appeared. Sphere. Okay, now let's move on to the fan art. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Sphere. Okay, first fan art. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised by the fan art as well as seeing the lion Zord behind Naruto Jaden. Hinata. Frustrated, damn, if I had known about all his powers I should have accompanied him to those resets. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Everyone liked the reset, plus the fire added a nice touch. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Naruto. So how many poses does he have, old man? Naruto. Amused, believe me, Bolt, I lost count a long time ago. That amused everyone a little, but they understood. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Rock Lee. That looks epic. Naruto. Smiling a little I'll say that again, bushy brows. Everyone had noticed that only Rock Lee and Tenten were the only adults Naruto got along with. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Mitsuki. He looks like a true Hokage-sama warrior. Naruto nods with a small smile. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Some felt chills when they saw the pose and the fire. It looked very imposing. Lee from the operating room. You don't mess with the goat, you Serum Bambich. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Everyone liked the image. It was much calmer than the previous fan art. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Himawari. Who are they, Dad? Naruto. They're my team from that reset, the Power Rangers Samurai. Everyone was drawn to it besides seeing the kanji. Fire, earth, wood, water, sky and light. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. A chill ran down everyone's spine at the sight of that image. It now exuded an air of danger. Naruto, on the other hand, was intrigued by its appearance, though he admitted it looked good. Sphere. Next and last fan art. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Get your butts ready because now things are going to get messed up. This caused laughter among several people, while Himawari didn't know what her father said because her ears were covered. Sphere. Okay, now for the memes. 6th reset, memes. Everyone was talking about the fan art while Naruto wondered if it would be possible to achieve those transformations, though he knew it would be difficult. Just then, the sphere appeared, drawing everyone's attention. Sphere. Okay, it's time for the memes. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention. Sphere. Okay, first meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto. I don't know what Nintendo is, but that meme is funny. Naruto. I understand, it happens to me in video games. His friends nodded, smiling slightly, since Yang had told him the same thing. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto spits out the water he was drinking as they burst out laughing. The rest of them also found the meme funny. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto. That's right, Mike is right, what made Antonio strong was his honor and compassion. That caught the attention of everyone who now wanted to get to know Antonio and the other Rangers a little better. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised to learn that Naruto Jaden had a sister in that reset. Sphere. Next and last meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto started laughing when he saw that meme, while the rest looked in surprise at the Dragon Zord, but even more so at the Samurai Gigazord. Sphere. That's all, you can go and rest. But that said, everyone leaves. Which reset do you want to see next? Max Steel, Original Max Steel. Marinette Dupain Cheng, Miraculous Ladybug. Izuku Midoriya, Boku no Hero Academy. 7th reset, opening. Everyone was arriving in the room to watch the next reset. As they sat down, the sphere appeared. Sphere. Okay, it's time to continue with the next reset, which is Naruto Izuku Midoriya. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention, but especially Naruto. Sphere. Good, first opening. Inside. Outside. Everyone loved the first opening, although they admitted that Naruto Izuku seemed a bit Yuke-like. For some reason, Naruto had an eye twitch. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Everyone was blown away by the opening, seeing so much action. Meanwhile, Naruto was reminiscing about the sports festival. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Everyone was fascinated as Naruto recalled how he faced Stain, the hero killer, alongside Todoroki and Iida. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Absolutely everyone was fascinated by the opening as Naruto remembered his fight against Muscular. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Naruto remembered the provisional hero license exam, while the rest just watched the opening intently. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Naruto grew serious, remembering the arc where he saved his adopted daughter, Eri. Meanwhile, everyone else was filled with curiosity at Naruto's expression. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Naruto smiled nostalgically as he watched the opening, as it reminded him of the UA Cultural Festival. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Naruto remembered when they fought as a team and also unlocked his Black Whip quirk. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Everyone liked the opening, but Naruto was somewhat serious as he remembered when the Superpower Liberation Army appeared. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. For some reason, everyone felt a chill, while Naruto remained very serious, as from what he saw, that was the beginning of the Paranormal Liberation War. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Absolutely everyone got a chill as Naruto remembered when he was in his Seinen mode. Sphere. Next opening. Inside. Outside. Everyone was very shocked by what they saw, while Naruto remained serious about everything that was happening. Sphere. Final opening. Inside. Outside. Everyone continued to enjoy the opening despite its dark atmosphere. Meanwhile, Naruto witnessed this, recognizing it as the beginning of the final war, and just as he defeated All for One, he also sacrificed his own life to save everyone. Sphere. Okay, those are all the openings, now let's go with the appearances of Naruto Izuku. Everyone pays attention to follow. 7th reset, appearance and forms transformations clothing. Everyone was talking about what they had seen while Naruto was sketching a design for another type of weapon. Then the sphere appeared. Sphere. Okay, it's time for Naruto's appearances as Izuku Midoriya. Everyone nods to get comfortable. Sphere. First appearance, Izuku as a child. Inside. Outside. Everyone was surprised and some women were touched by Naruto Izuku's appearance. Naruto. In that reset I was a bit of a Yuke. Sphere. Next, Izuku teenager in UA uniform. Inside. Outside. Everyone saw that the Yuke hadn't gone away, but they admitted that it now looked somewhat attractive. Sphere. Next, Izuku in alpha suit. Inside. Outside. Everyone was amused while Naruto was embarrassed by his outfit, although he would admit that he looked like a rabbit. Sphere. Next, Izuku in USJ suit. Inside. Outside. That's when they saw how the suit started to improve. Sphere. Next, Izuku in beta suit. Inside. Outside. Himawari. I have to admit it, Dad, your suit looks better every time. Naruto smiled a little when he heard that. Sphere. Next, Izuku in Gamma and Delta suits. Inside. Outside. It was the pose that surprised everyone. Sphere. Next, Izuku in Epsilon Seinen outfit. Inside. Outside. Everyone felt a huge chill as Naruto remembered when he got that outfit. Sphere. Next and last, Izuku in Zeta suit. Inside. Outside. Many sighed with relief when they saw that the suit had changed, although it still showed the memories of the battle. Sphere. Okay, it's time for the fan art. 7th reset, fan arts. Everyone was talking about Naruto's former appearance as Izuku, which embarrassed the Noir. Just then, the sphere reappeared. Sphere. Okay, it's time for the fan art. Upon hearing that, everyone pays attention to see the fan art. Sphere. Okay, first fan art. Inside. Inside. Everyone liked the fan art, especially when it brought back memories of the alpha suit. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Mockingly very dark old man. Naruto laughed a little because he thought the same thing. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. There were some blushes. They admitted that Naruto Izuku looked good like that. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Naruto raised an eyebrow at the fan art, admitting that he liked the outfit. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Naruto smiled a little because he did make that pose. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Another fan art of his old avatar in a superhero costume caught Naruto's attention. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Nobody knew the other girl but Naruto, and even though he didn't want to admit it, he said that they both looked good as villains. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. Naruto didn't do or say anything since he was used to being a woman, although he was intrigued by the female version of Izuku Midoriya. The others were surprised by the fan art. Sphere. Next fan art. Inside. Outside. They saw Izuku the villain again, but this time they felt a chill. Something told them to be very careful with him. Sphere. Next and last fan art. Inside. Outside. Everyone except Naruto felt a chill when they saw the image. 7th reset, memes. Everyone was eating after looking at the fan art, the images of Naruto Izuku as a villain still fresh in their minds. Then the sphere appeared. Sphere. Okay, it's time for the memes. But that said, everyone pays attention. Sphere. Okay, first meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto felt uneasy because that really happened. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto. Funny literally. That made everyone sweat a little. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Some didn't understand, but Naruto did, and he was having fun. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Absolutely every man felt a chill and pity for Noir. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Nobody knew what Odamdori and Boku no Pico were, but something told them it was better not to know. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Everyone looked at Naruto, who shook his head. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Everyone who understood was laughing like idiots, while Naruto was holding back his laughter. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Naruto. I have no proof, but I also have no doubts. Everyone stared at him with poker faces, while Hinata was already thinking about who to kill. Sphere. Next meme. Inside. Outside. Many admitted that the boy was handsome, while Naruto had a drop of sweat on his brow, although he admitted that at one time he was attracted to Shoto. Sphere. Next and last meme. Inside. Outside. Everyone looked at Naruto, who just laughed a little. Sphere. That's all, you can leave. Everyone nods in response. Which reset do you want to see next? Max Steel, Original Max Steel. Marinette Dupain Cheng, Miraculous Ladybug. Issei Haidu, High School DxD. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.